Hey, what is up guys, it's TheAZGamer here, and today what I have for you guys is my top 10 best games of 2015. We are at the very end of 2015, a year full of surprises and huge game releases for the next generation of consoles. Before we get started, I'd like you guys to know of a few honorable mentions that won't appear in this list for several reasons. First, we have the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. The Uncharted franchise is one of the best in modern day gaming. It was beautifully remastered for the PlayStation 4, but alas, it was a remaster and I do not include remasters in these lists. Second, I want to talk about Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. I love the MGS series, and it looks like The Phantom Pain was a huge hit with many Game of the Year awards under its belt, but I have sadly not played it, therefore I cannot have an opinion on it. Anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into the best games of 2015. At the 10th spot on the list, we have Just Cause 3. Being released rather late in 2015, just in December actually, Just Cause 3 didn't get as much of the attention it deserved. Playing as Rico Rodriguez, the main character of the entire Just Cause franchise, you are dropped into a sprawling world full of destructible environments and loads of things to do. If anything, Just Cause 3 plays similarly to that of a superhero game, as their tools such as the wingsuit and grappling hook allow you to fly throughout the world and cause havoc. Of course, Just Cause 3 did release alongside several issues for the PC version and horrible loading times for the console versions, but this game is sure to give you many hours of enjoyment. At the 9th spot, we have the big hit Xbox One exclusive Halo 5 Guardians. Undoubtedly being one of the best shooters of 2015, if not the best, Halo 5 came packed with lots of things to do, whether it be playing through 343's awesome Master Chief vs. Locke storyline, or playing through the stellar multiplayer mode and opening rec packs along the way. Warzone, a 24-player multiplayer mode, was introduced in Halo 5 with a brand new take on the classic Halo formula and proves itself to be worthwhile and exciting. The campaign of Halo 5 did disappoint many with the lack of playtime Master Chief got, but the vast array of new modes Halo 5 offers more than makes up for it. Coming in at the 8th spot, we have another Xbox One exclusive, Forza Motorsport 6. Critically acclaimed as the best racing game of the year, going up against Need for Speed and Project Cars, Forza 6 is a truly magnificent game. The visuals are insanely beautiful with the new weather system and day and night cycle, and the game comes packed with many modes and features that'll keep you entertained for potentially hundreds of hours. Driving at 150 plus miles per hour only to drive into a puddle and skid off track reminds me of how realistic and polished Forza 6 is, and the fact that this game comes packed with hundreds of cars all available to look through in Forza Vista is extremely astonishing. Forza 6 sets the bar for racing games to come, and this game makes it believable that Turn 10 Studios is onto something great. Batman Arkham Knight takes the 7th spot on the list, and this is a little bit surprising. In my most anticipated games of 2015 video from the beginning of the year, Arkham Knight was one of my top 10 games. However, when the game launched, it was plagued with an enormous amount of issues for the PC version that ultimately led to its removal from the Steam store. However, that doesn't stop this game from being a truly enjoyable experience when it is able to be played, and Bruce Wayne is back in a bigger and better open world full of villains to fight and missions to complete. The all-new Batmobile brings a whole new level of fast-paced gameplay to the Arkham franchise, and the visuals are simply stunning. Rocksteady is back, and they brought with them an excellent addition to the Arkham series. Leading up to its launch, Rise of the Tomb Raider was surrounded by quite a bit of controversy and hatred, mainly coming from PlayStation players. The fact that Square Enix signed a timed exclusivity deal with Microsoft so that the game released first on Xbox platforms was a huge surprise. However, that doesn't stop this game from being truly great. Lara Croft's latest adventure accomplishes many things, such as building Lara's character into a stronger personality, the expansion of the game world to encourage fun exploration and immersion, and the fluid, compelling combat is back from the recent Tomb Raider reboot. The visuals are great, even on the last-gen counterpart, and a bigger focus is put on what the Tomb Raider franchise is known for, tomb raiding. In my last best games video, Wolfenstein The New Order topped my list of best games of 2014. While The Old Blood couldn't quite do that this time around, this fast-paced and explosive FPS still manages to be one of the best FPS games of the year. It revolves around the similar formula of The New Order, with a varied and deep perk system with insanely enjoyable dual-wielding gameplay. The story takes place before the events of The New Order, so it takes a look into the life of B.J. Blazkowicz late World War II. Wolfenstein The Old Blood did release as a rather small title, priced only at $20 rather than the full $60, but I didn't stop it from being almost as enjoyable as its predecessor and made it worth every single penny. Bloodborne is an unforgettable experience from the creators of the excellent Dark Souls that sucked me into its gothic fantasy world. With its fast-paced bloody combat, haunting narrative, and devastating boss fights, the game compelled me to try and get better and farther into the storyline. Victory in Bloodborne is extremely rewarding, and gameplay in this game is centered less around defense like the Souls franchise was, which I happen to like. From Software truly harnessed the power of the PlayStation 4 as this exclusive is a visually impressive title, and the PS4's capabilities allowed the game to be extremely immersive in its vast world. Bloodborne, as an RPG, lets you choose your own progression path, and the game lends a strong sense of meaning and significance behind every weapon weapon and item. The outstanding quality of Bloodborne leaves me yearning for a sequel to this stellar game. Launching very early in 2015, Dying Light was a masterfully crafted open-world action game built around a detailed and fantastic parkour system and the massacre of infected hordes. Developed by Techland, Dying Light plays very similar to the developer's previous hit, Dead Island, a game I very much enjoyed and loved. The graphics and utter detail of Haran and surrounding areas is astonishing and answers the popular question of why Dying Light was cancelled on last-gen platforms. The vast array of ways to play Dying Light, whether it be slaying with melee weapons, gunning down hordes, or just simply running, jumping, and climbing through the city and the slums, kept the game very interesting and led to hundreds of hours of enjoyment. Dying Light is very much built around a realistic survival experience, with nighttime being extra dangerous but more rewarding, and an awesome weather cycle added to the game's already packed list of features. Dying Light deserves a spot as the third best game of 2015, with its many hours of enjoyment and innovative ways to play solo or online. Being one of the most hyped and anticipated games in gaming history, Fallout 4 was able to live up to the hype and launch to millions of sales on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but especially the PC, with Fallout 4's predecessors being considered some of the best games of all time, mainly Fallout 3 and New Vegas as they are the most recent. Fallout 4 had sky-high expectations that many believed Bethesda couldn't fulfill. While there are some aspects of the game that hardcore Fallout fans are disappointed with, such as the many bugs it launched with and the rather short main quest line, the game still managed to receive countless awards and Game of the Year nominations. Taking place in a post-apocalyptic Boston, Fallout 4 is full of many things to pour hundreds of hours into and allows for an awesome role-playing experience full of new experiences and different paths to follow. As those over at GameSpot said, Fallout 4 can be an intoxicating experience where you are often forced to sacrifice something to make gains elsewhere. While the visuals didn't impress many, Fallout 4 is a strong argument for having substance over style and makes an excellent addition to the revered open-world Fallout franchise. Undoubtedly, CD Projekt Red brought the best gaming experience of 2015 to the table this year, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. With hundreds of awards and the title of Game of the Year by the majority of critics, The Witcher 3 is obviously a popular choice, and I can confidently say that The Witcher 3 is also my choice for the 2015 Best Game of the Year. With a massive, sprawling open world full of practically limitless things to do, and a masterfully crafted combat system with many weapons, perks, abilities, etc., The Witcher 3 was loaded. It was a titan among giants release and a standard setter for future role-playing games to come. The new experiences found in The Witcher 3 are consistent and ongoing, and completing the game's storyline leaves you with that empty feeling where you'd offer anything in the world just to continue. While the big battles and major plot twists are captivating, the moments between conflicts where you find yourself drinking and interacting with the game's AI remind you of how realistic and mind-blowing the world CD Projekt crafted is. Joyfully adventuring through The Witcher 3's rich and expansive open world will always stay burned in my gaming memory, and Geralt of Rivia is definitely one of the most memorable characters of games in 2015. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt sets a high bar for future RPG games and revives my faith in the next generation of video games. And that is all for the list, guys. 2015 proved to be a great year for all types of gamers, and many games better harness the power of the next generation of consoles. There were many excellent titles, so it was rather hard to condense it all into only a top 10 list, with some of those left out titles being Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Mad Max, and Until Dawn. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for my top 10 worst games of 2015 video coming soon. Please drop a rating and comment below what you agree or disagree with, and I'll be sure to respond to all comments. See you guys on the next video.